You look at this question carefully, and you realize that part C requires A and B, and so I purposely name the vector here as n and this vector as v. And so when I try to attack part C, I can just refer to them easily. And here I have this calculation, and alpha therefore is approximately 11.5 degrees. Notice that I didn't put the equal sign but the approximate sign, and so the acute angle is 78.5. Of course, there's another formula which requires a sine function, and you can get your theta directly, and you can look it up yourself. Move on to the second questions right here. Now again, the keyword here is actually to show, and that means you need to show you getting the x prime y prime, you using the formula, substitution, factorizing the 6, and then you end up here. That's very important for you to show that. And the second part B, okay, here. Now find the smallest exact value. And so, where it has a stationary point. So you set dy dx to 0, right? And then you try to solve for t, and you should actually put t in general solution first, where k all integers, can be any integers, and only then you cite the reason why t is pi over 3, because given earlier that t is greater or equal to 0, hence the smallest t must be pi over 3. Okay, general solution, then pi over 3 for with a supporting reason. Now, by the way, some of you might ask, can I put 60 degrees here? And the answer is actually no, because when you're dealing with trigonometric functions in calculus, you always work with radian unit, not degree. Okay, so pi over 3 it is, not 60 degrees. This question 3, deductive geometry, done the work here, but I think I should do the line for you to see why that's the case. See, say AP, if I join BP, immediately you see the semicircle, and I might as well join the MA. Immediately again you see that the angle here is 90, so that's the reason why. And the second one is ABC is isosceles, obviously, because it's equilateral ABC, so of course it must be also be isosceles. And A and B is 90 degrees, and Y, and the reason is cited here. And finally, the sum, scroll up a bit, the sum opposite angles supplementary, so it's cyclic because the cyclic tests say so. Okay, and you must give a reason. So because this APBM is cyclic, well, obviously this is the case, and the reason is mentioned here. And this particular theorem is used again in part C here, right? These two are the same because of this theorem, and because now the ABC is the equilateral triangle, therefore the angle MAB is fixed at, well, in fact we not just fixed, we know exactly its value, and it is half of pi over 3, because the interior angle of an equilateral triangle is 60 degrees of pi over 3, and half of it will be pi over 6. And so the MPB, we have shown that is actually a constant, whatever the position of P may be. And go back, go down to, alright, here. The fourth questions is logistic questions. You should be confident with this right now. Now look at part A. I'm going to mention that you really need to show this, because again the keyword is to show. So I suggest that you start from right hand side and to get to the left hand side. Okay, and this part B, I'm just going to mention those key points, key things that you must do. First of all, for the 5 marks, okay? First of all, separating them like this. Using the special formula in A and mentioning it right here. Integrating and able to write this form. And then opening up the modulus sign, end up with this. And be mindful that the A is actually positive negative of e to the power of c. And performing substitution, get your A. And finally, there actually some work required here. I'm just lazy, I don't put it here, but you need to do them and show them, and you end up with this answer. And the part C of this question 4, you really have to really know your calculus. The greatest rate means that dNdt maximum, the maximum point of dNdt, if you get to sketch it. So it means that if you differentiate dNdt and set it to 0, and this n is where the maximum occurs. And now, if you recall math studies, by the way, right, this makes sense, right? Because the inflection point occurs at half of the carrying capacity, which is in this case is 10,000. So getting 5,000 makes a lot of sense. Sub this into our solution in part B, and again here some workings, you need to show them, and you should end up with something like this. Okay, I will do the other questions in the other video. See you there, and all the best.